Story that broke yesterday, Declan Bogue had it, that it looks like there's only going to be one Ulster Football Championship match televised, that we're going to miss the Tyrone Monaghan game. There's going to be a TV blackout for that. Then today John Fogarty has a story that looks like there's going to be one Munster Football Championship game, the final, which is going to be live on TV. What do you make of this?
I don't like it. I mean, it's obviously, you can go back any couple of years. Last couple of years has always been the Ulster Championship has always provided us with the best entertainment for these kind of earlier round games. I mean, you know, I know everything now is being pushed towards the Super 8s, and those games are obviously going to be really competitive, and everybody's going to want to show all of those games. But Jesus, somebody surely should have foreseen this coming down the tracks, that we could have some system in place to be able to watch these games in Ulster, or to a lesser extent maybe the games in Munster. I mean, I still can't understand. And the same thing when you go back to league football. I can't understand how we don't have a facility, whatever way they can want to work it out. And there's plenty of intelligent people in Croke Park or headquarters that can work out these deals. How we don't have a facility where I can watch, you know, games in whatever county I want to watch them in, whether that's the county have to show them, you know, put them on themselves or stream them somehow, or deferred coverage or something. But how we can't, you know, in this day and age, that I can't go and watch an Ulster Championship game, you know, on my laptop or on TV or on deferred coverage or something, I just think it makes no sense. And surely we have the facility, even if it's one camera at the ground, that we had one shot of a game. Surely there's some mechanism there that can, you know, if it's not going to be this year, obviously, that we could look at getting that done. It just makes no sense. Like, the Ulster Championship has been the most entertaining and enjoyable championship for the last number of years to watch in these early months of the summer, and we're just not going to have that facility this year, which I just think is going to take hugely from this early stage of the year.
As well as that, maybe, I know the mindset was there, it mightn't still be there to the same extent, but there was a fear, you know, amongst GAA people, for the want of a better phrase, that if you televise too many games, people won't go. Now, I know last year gate receipts were up, but that was probably due to Mayo and the run they went on and replays and stuff. But I wonder, is that part of it as well, that, you know, you don't want to show too many of them, because then why would people bother going?
Yeah, but I mean, like, possibly, but I don't think that's the logic behind it. I think it's all down to the specific rights of the number of games that they're showing. And I mean, it was always that the BBC Northern Ireland were showing the games using their cameras, and RTE were piggybacking off their coverage and stuff. And but yet they had to pay the GAA for rights, if I'm not mistaken. And like, I just can't understand though why. You know, if the game is on there, put it on an hour later, defer the coverage, and if you want to go watch the game live, go watch the game live, and if not, at least you have a facility later that evening to be able to go watch the game. I mean, some of the Ulster Championship games, lads, were brilliant, were a great watch, you know. And again, it's making it easier for people to go away. I mean, now you're playing in a competition maybe that you can't win. Now you've no chance of getting your team on TV. It's just, I just think it's diminishing certainly the early rounds of the competition, and that's not something that we want to do, really.
Two things. It strikes me that they were accused of, this Super 8 is all about money. You're going to sell more games. There's a chance to get more games on Sky, and they were like, no, that's definitely not going to happen. When actually the right thing to happen would have been say, well, we'll see, and then in year two, if this year everybody wants to see Tyrone Monaghan, everybody goes, okay, we can show more games, and we are going to get more money, and we're going to spend that money on coaches and all the rest of the stuff. And like, it seemed like there was an overreaction to the criticism about the Super 8s being about money, fundamentally, when, like, ultimately it's about changing the structure of the season. And then the other thing is that it definitely will end up on GAA now. It's been interesting that they've been developing this over the last while, with programming, with highlights, with all that kind of stuff, and they've retained their digital rights. So I think you're dead right. I think that there will be these games available for people to watch on their laptop, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was sooner rather than later, even this season as opposed to next season.
And I think that'd be great. I mean, like with the last thing, when you saw that, obviously they kept the rights, or they restricted the rights, so that they will. It seems like they're setting it up that in a year or two that they're going to be, you know, kind of broadcasting the games themselves, or have that facility to do it some way a little bit more in depth themselves. But I think it's definitely going that way, and at least I mean, I'd be happy with it, certainly, if there was some facility that you're able to catch more of these games. And you know, if it comes, it comes. I'm not sure. Are you saying it might be this year, Jerry? You think?
I don't see why not. Those games will have cameras. There will be a broadcast of those games that you can plug in and plug. It's pretty easy.
Makes sense.
Switch. Not the worst thing. Would you be willing to pay any money for it?
Personally, I would. Yeah, I'd pay money for it if I had to. I know people will start giving out now that we shouldn't be paying for our national games, but I mean, if it's a facility whereby I can go and watch more games on my laptop or stream it on my TV, personally, I would be willing to pay for it. Yeah.
Would people differentiate though between paying the GAA, say, for a stream rather than buying a Sky Sports package for the summer? What's the difference?
Yeah, is there one really? I'm not sure. I mean, and you're probably getting more games in the other way, you know. But yeah, look, I'm sure there's going to be still plenty of free-to-air games. But if you want people who, you know, if you want to provide a facility for people who they have an option to watch all the games or certainly more of the games in full or in a, you know, some kind of an extended highlights package, and people are willing to pay for that, and you have the facility to do it, then at least why not offer it anyway, you know?